Good morning, students. Today, as you can see, we are going to start with OC chapter number 2, that is Principles of Management. Okay, OC chapter number 2, Principles of Management, page number 18 of your textbook. Okay, today let us see the introduction part of Principles of Management. Okay, as we have seen in the first chapter of economics, that first chapter of OC, that the management is not a modern is not something that we have applied during the modern times. It is a thing that we had also applied during the primitive times. In the same way, the principles of management was also existing since centuries. Okay, we can see the management activities which is carried out since centuries. Okay, now how we have the idea, or what is the proof that yes, management was carried out in the before many years, okay, or was carried out since centuries? Yes, we have the proof. Okay, we have the proof because of the history. In the history, you have learned about the rule of Chandragupta Maurya, you have learned about the rule of Chhatrapati Shivaji. Yes, so during the rule of Chandragupta Maurya and Chhatrapati Shivaji in India, they were using the management. Okay, where they were using the management, they were using the management in planning out the wars. Okay, while they were making the policy of wars, when they were making different strategies to fight with their enemies, at that time they have used the management, they have used the management activity. So it is proved here that yes, the management activity was applied in our country since century, because the history is the proof that yes, Chandragupta Maurya, when there was a rule of Chandragupta Maurya and there was a rule of Chhatrapati Shivaji, at that time, whenever they were making the policies of the wars and different strategies to fight their enemies, they were using the management. Okay, so that is one thing. Now, there are many management gurus, thinkers, ideologists, authors, okay, which are bringing new principles of management periodically. Okay, now why they have to bring the new principles of management periodically? Okay, we tell no generation gap, right? Generation gap. My father and mother is not understanding me, there is a lot of generation gap. Okay, in the same way, the functions or the principles of management which were employed during, say, past 20 years or 30 years or during the century, we cannot apply right now in the modern period. So we need new principles. Okay, as the technology goes on changing, as a modern period or the time goes on changes, we also need to bring new principles of management. So there are many management gurus that we are going to see which are those management gurus. There are many management gurus, thinkers, ideologists and authors which are bringing new principles periodically. Periodically means as the time passes down. Right now in 2020, these are the new principles of management. What do you think? In 2030 will be the same principles of management? No, the time has changed. So there will be new principles of management brought as the time changes, as the period changes. This particular gurus, thinkers and ideologists of the management will also bring new principles of management. So that is the third point, that management gurus, thinkers, ideologists, okay, and authors have periodically rendered, okay, that they have periodically brought new principles, okay, and given the new concept of management. Okay, a new concept of management, they try to give new concept of management periodically. Okay, next one, various management gurus. Okay, from now they have given the name gurus from Frederick Taylor, Henry Foyle, Max Weber, Peter F. Drucker, C.K. Prahalad, okay, has played important role in rendering various principles of management, in giving various principles of management. So which are the gurus and thinkers, ideologists and authors who have given their best to give the new principles of management to the world? Okay, They are the Frederick Taylor, Henry Fall, Max Weber, Peter F. Drucker, C.K. Prahalad, etc. Many more. Okay, they have tried their level best to give or form the new principles of management and present them in front of the world. And the last one is Harold Kuntz. Harold Kuntz has called ideology of management as jungle. He says that management is a jungle. Now why he says management is a jungle? Because the principles of management are many. There are infinite principles of management given by various gurus, given by various thinkers, given by various ideologists. Okay, now it depends on the manager, that manager wants to apply which principles of management, or when management want to apply which functions of management. Okay, so it depends on the manager, it depends on the I can say the top level management, that which management functions or which principles of management they want to apply, because there are numerous available. That is why Harold Kuntz has called management, the ideology of management, as jungle. Okay, so this is the introduction part. So very easy. First one, management activity was carried out since century. What is the proof? The history is giving us the proof. The rule of Chandragupta Maurya and Chhatrapati Shivaji, whenever they had wars, whenever they made strategies for fighting with their enemies, they used the management. Okay. Next one, there are many gurus, thinkers, ideologists and authors which bring on new principles periodically. As time passes down, they are ready with the new principles and we have to get the new principles. Okay. Next one, who are this particular gurus, thinkers and ideologists? Various management gurus like Frederick Taylor, Henry Fall, Max Weber, Peter F. Drucker, C.K. Prahalad. Okay. Then also Chester Bernard, Gilbert. Okay. These are the some of the authors which have played very important role in rendering various principles of management. And Harold Kuntz, that is also one of the guru, one of the thinker. Harold Kuntz has called ideology of management as a jungle. So this is the introduction part. Okay, this I have specially written for you all so that you can understand. These are the 1 2 3 4 and 5. If this 5 points you can remember, you will understand what the introduction means. Okay, now the question coming to your mind will be, what is this principles of management? Okay, principles of management are nothing. We are going to see, we are going to come over here, meaning. Okay, meaning of principles of management. Principles of management is not rules, okay, but sum and substance of assumptions, traditions and experiences. Okay, principles of management is not rules, okay, but it is sum and substance of assumptions, traditions and experiences. Now there are many gurus, there are many experts, there are many thinkers, there are many authors, right? This particular thinkers, authors, ideologists, okay, this particular thinkers, authors, ideologists were also working in some of the business units, and when they were working in this some of the business unit, okay, they came across many situation, and when they came across many situation, how to come out of that particular situation, okay, they have got that experience that okay, this is the problem, then this is the way we can come out of that particular situation. Okay, so they got the experience over here. Okay, traditions. Why traditions? Since century, the very first point of the introduction, since century since many centuries we are following the activity of management. Okay, so some of the rules of management or principles of management which are very important cannot be changed. Okay, they will remain the same. And assumptions means what? Assumptions means thinking about the future, that yes, if something had this way, if something this particular situation is created in the future, what can be done? Okay, if this particular uncertain activity or this particular uncertain circumstances appears, then what can be done? Okay, so taking these three things in mind, assumptions, traditions and experiences of the gurus, thinkers, ideologists, okay,